Derp. Sorry, I forgot to connect my microphone. Why is the music... Why did the music stop? Hello? Did my headphones stop working? What a disaster this stream is. Stream ruined. See you later, JD Silva. My headphones stopped working. Okay, I need to test. No, I think just Fubar 2000 died. Hey, Alteracious. Hey, Belmont. I don't know what's happening. My computer... Are you guys able to hear audio? You guys can hear audio. Why? I think you guys can hear it because I see the waveform going, but I can't hear it in my headphones. Let's see, file, preferences. Playback. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio. I don't have OBS open at the second, so I can't tell, but... What in the God? Don't hear the music. Okay, so you guys don't hear music either. Okay. Okay, so the foobar is just foobar. Right? We don't need music, but let me take another minute here to figure it out. You could play it somehow else. Let's see, there. Music. Okay, let's see. Get out of here, foobar. How can we play a bunch of music? How about VLC? What in the world? You can hear the music? This is gonna... Oh, is this music loud? It's probably loud. Huh? I can't hear music though. That's neat. Really cool. Oh, hey, hey, Trevor. Nice to have you on. All right. I don't know. I can't hear the audio. Just let me know in the chat if it gets annoying. I have no way of... Let me just try to play a video. I don't really need a video or any audio now, but... Does a YouTube video work? Oh, dear Lord. Okay, what's a YouTube video gonna be?
What's up, everybody?
No, just doesn't work. It says that it's connected. This is dumb. I'm sorry, guys. It's just the me complaining podcast. Let me see if I can remove this disconnect. Remove. Let's turn these off. Those are off. Right on. Hello? Those are on. Okay. Now let's add the device. Bluetooth. Soundboard things. Ready? Okay. Oh! Word. Now I hear it. Okay, it had a brain fart. Alright, let's open FooBar again. Okay, I'm sorry, that was really weird. Now we're back. Okay. Hello. The music is out. Okay, it should be better now. Let me know if it's not. Okay. This is the early 2000s coffee shop station. Now this is lo-fi. I actually I used to listen to this YouTube stream. There's like a bunch of like 24/7 live streams of just like different music, and there's this one called like background music. It's kind of like jazz, but like I don't know. Yeah, like coffee house kind of jazz, and that's like all it played is like background jazz music, all like 24/7. I like that because it's helpful when I work, just have something else on in the background. So that I like game chops I like a lot, but I kept getting not like copyright stuff, but the like the producers or the whoever created the music would try to split the revenue, the monetization, which, you know, I'm not against that. It's just like I get measly monetization anyways. So okay, hello everyone. So before we dive into the GameCube, I figured I wanted to follow up on the wireless testing. So I was successful. Let me show you my Twitter. I was successful in figuring out the test points for testing the Hunter, the Retro Fighters Hunter. So that's kind of where we started last time, or I didn't get that far because okay. On the back side of the PCB, so on the opposite side of the PCB that you're seeing now in this Twitter picture, there were some test points. I think they probably beep out when you're pressing the button down, but they don't allow you to trigger the button, if that makes sense, right? So like if you can't ground that point to trigger the button. I think it's like the opposite effect. So what I had to do was take the whole PCB out, and thanks Belmont for subscribing. I need to figure out some things. What I had to do was basically, this is hard to see. There's no way to like make it bigger. Open it. Oh, here we go. You can do this. Oh, and then zoom in. So there's basically the carbon pads, right? So like the left pad and the right pad is what like gets shorted out, like the button press shorts out between those. So I had to like scrape away some of the solder mask on one side and on the other side, and then wire the buttons there. So with this, I was able to get the Mr. Latency Tester to work. Now, let me show you the results. If you're in my Discord channel, I have a new channel that I created called Controller Latency Testing, and that's just going to be for if anyone else wants to do latency testing. This is just going to be my results that I found. So I'm not really sure how many samples that you need to take. For example, I looked at the Mr. add-on. So Mr. add-on's Porkchop Express has a big spreadsheet of a bunch of controllers that he's tested, both wired and wireless. Darth Cloud from the creator of Blue Retro has some numbers from when he tested the BRX adapter himself. So Mr. add-ons, I think it's like our average run like 2,000 samples. So like basically the Arduino hammers like over and over again. It will trigger button presses pretty quickly, right? And so you can get 2,000 samples within a matter of a minute or 2 minutes. And so it only took a couple of minutes to get 2,000 samples. So it dumps it out into a CSV, in the log, and so I took 2,000 samples, and I just used Google Sheets functions to calculate the average and the standard deviation, which I'm not a math person. I just kind of I watched a YouTube video about about alterations. Okay. I looked up what standard deviation really means, and it's sort of a statistics thing. I did take a statistics class, but it's something like for every standard deviation, so the average is 22 milliseconds, which, if you don't know, about 16 milliseconds is a single frame at 60 FPS. Okay, so about 16 milliseconds. So under 16 milliseconds, I think it's 16, something like that. If it's under that 16 milliseconds, then it is it's less than a frame of latency. So that's like wired controller territory is less than a frame. So this is within 1 to 2 frames. Now, standard deviation tells you basically the spread, how spread out are the samples from the average, okay? So it's saying 3 millisecond standard deviation. So that means, and there's like a rule of thumb that I think it's like 60% or something of the samples are within plus or minus 3 milliseconds, so 1 standard deviation. Then it's like 90% of samples are within 2 standard deviations, so that's plus or minus 6 milliseconds, according to this, the Google Sheet. Oh, I don't know if you guys can barely see that, but here, I'll open it in the browser to make it a little bigger. The numbers say 22 milliseconds average and 3 millisecond standard deviation. So then within 3 standard deviations plus or minus is 99% of the samples. So that means 99% of the samples are within 9 milliseconds plus or minus. So what that tells you is you have, it doesn't often, so let's say what would two frames of latency would be. Let's say it was 16 milliseconds. I guess we could actually look it up, so I'm not just guessing. Hi, everyone. Let me look it up. It's like if you type in 60 FPS to milliseconds or something. It's 16.67. Okay, so 2 frames of latency is 32, let's call it 33 milliseconds of latency. Okay? So if we do 3 standard deviations, that's 9 milliseconds. So 22 milliseconds average plus 9 is 31 milliseconds. So it's less, 99% of the samples are less than 2 frames of latency. And not only that, if we do, let's see, 22, what's 22 minus 9? So that's 20, 13. So it's average around from 1 to 2 milliseconds, or 1 to 2 frames of latency average, the Hunter controller. Now, compared to the OEM controller, the wire controller was about 5 milliseconds latency. Actually, I put the stat. Did I put the stats? I didn't put the, let me calculate the standard deviation because I'm interested in that. I have it in my Google, I have this bucket, this thing here. So let's open up the, so OEM is the wire controller. So let's calculate, okay, let's get rid of these, let's get rid of this one here. Let's get rid of this, delete this empty row. Now let's put, so I just put the count, which is basically how many samples there are. So if we do equals count, and then this, oh, there's only about only 900 samples in this file. So then let's do average, and this is equals, is it average? Equals average, in all the columns in B, which is what? B to B. How many B's is this one? 959, so that's all the B's. Okay. Oh, really? B1 to B959. Okay, so about 5, oh, you guys can't see this. Okay, so about 5 milliseconds average latency. So let's calculate the standard deviation. It's just literally stdev and then the same numbers. Okay, so wow, the standard deviation for a wire controller is super low. So it's one millisecond standard deviation. So that means with a wire controller, on average, 99% of the samples are within 3 milliseconds of 5 milliseconds latency. So way less than about half a frame for a wire OEM controller. So that's baseline is OEM controller, right? So that means that the baseline, you know, standard deviation is looser with the Hunter, and it's most of the time going to be over 1 frame of latency. So I don't really have any other comparisons yet. We could dive in, I suppose, to Mr. Add-ons' spreadsheet and kind of do a little bit of comparisons. But the other comparisons, like I'm still trying to gear up to do that, do the Xbox, the wireless controllers for the original Xbox YouTube video. I'm still gearing up for that. I'm still waiting, by the way. I've been waiting. I ordered. Who made this? The OGX Mini wired opposite. Okay, so wired opposite has, if you go to this, so it's this project here. There is a website, wiredopposite.com. It's been about a week, and I've heard nothing about when this is shipping. So this is the other alternatives. The first one, obviously, is the Retrofighter's Hunter, right? That's the first option. The third option was going to be this BRX adapter. It's basically Blue Retro X, whatever. And my, basically any Bluetooth controller you want, but I was going to use the Xbox Series controller. Then basically also the second option was going to be this, the wired opposite OGX Mini, which is I won't call it a clone, not a clone. I don't know if it's forked from OGX 360 because it was new firmware written for the Raspberry Pi Pico rather than, let's see, the original OGX 360 was an Arduino thing. Then the OGX 360 T4, which was a Teensy. So this is a third new microcontroller that this product, I don't know if it's related at all. Forked from it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But this and the 8BitDo adapter. So I haven't heard anything, and it's been a week. Not that I'm complaining or anything, it's just I'm just kind of itching to go on that controller video. So what is the goal? I think people start to notice. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I necessarily would say that even the Hunter controller was noticeable, but people who are I guess it really depends on the game you play also. I don't think the original Xbox was really in the generation that games started to take account for wireless latency. I think that was really the Xbox 360 and later games actually did take into consideration wired latency into like the network stack and stuff like that. So, high latency is still high latency for, hardcore gamer people, right? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a baseline I don't have a comparison. We have the baseline we have is the OEM controller, but I don't have a comparison for other wireless solutions. I would really be interested to know what a 360 controller would be, and like I don't know. I could get the I don't have the Microsoft USB wireless 360 adapter. I'd be curious to know what the average latency on an Xbox 360 is. Baseline, like the wireless controller itself. I don't know how you would the closest simulation I think that you would have is, like I said, the OEM wireless Xbox 360 controller and that the official Microsoft dongle thing. So I might try to acquire one of those just so I can do some testing through Mister, because keep in mind this latency tester only works through Mister USB via USB. So yeah. So I don't even know if necessarily there's a goal really, but I guess it's useful to tell people the numbers because I don't think anyone has shown the numbers for this, and I still think that this is kind of high. Although just knowing the average latency doesn't tell you the whole picture. It also you need the standard deviation at least at the minimum. Okay, the receiver. Yeah, sorry. The little puck thing. I have a 360 controller. I have I'm going to Retro World. This is a big local convention to me, so I already have a wireless 360 controller. This might be my one of my original, like from my. People got offended when I said childhood Xbox 360, but I was a child. I was a teen. 14, 15, whatever. When did the 360 come out? I was a child. Still, I was under 18 when the 360 came out, and so I don't have my original. Oh, actually, no, I do. It's out of commission, but I have other 360s. But I do have my original 360 still. It's just in pieces because it doesn't work and it needs cap replacement and stuff. But I need so what I was trying to say is I'm going to a convention, and I have a short laundry list of stuff that I want to pick up. I think top on the list is going to be a Sega 32X because of the Sega Neptune project. That's going to be, I will probably make a video about that rather than a live stream about that, because I think that that's going to be a big project that people will be interested in. I don't really know what the difference is between them, you know. When I originally started making videos, you know, it was because I was doing these things anyways, but I felt guilty that I wasn't capturing me doing them, right? I felt like it was sort of like wasted money, me just doing it for myself. You know, that's, you know, I know the real end, end to the means to an end or whatever of all this stuff is to actually play the games at the end. But you know, sometimes it's like the means to the end is mod the thing. So I was doing the mods anyways. I just felt obligated to record it. Now, you know, I don't know. So anyways, back to what I was saying. So the short laundry list is a 32X. If I can get it under an eBay price, then that's great. Second, it might be the wireless dongle for the 360 if I can find one, because I've never had one, and I know that several projects, you know, I could use that now if I'm doing these comparisons and things. The other comparison I suppose that I could do, which is awful, I mean, it's not really relevant to the Xbox, but the Wavebird, you could easily do the Wavebird if you had a GameCube to USB adapter. Actually, I have one. You know what's interesting is way back when, before I was interested in modding consoles, I should say, and stuff, I bought, basically for the purposes of, I don't know if I have all of the ones that I've got either. Oh, I only have two? I thought I had a GameCube one. I only have the N64 ones. I don't know where my GameCube ones went. I bought these RAFnet adapters. So I bought these, like, they're like USB to, this one's the N64 one. They're like N64 controller to USB that's supposed to be kind of low latency. And I have this Super Nintendo one. I thought I had a GameCube one as well. I don't know where it went. So this was old school. This is like before, you know, this is like high quality controller input for computer emulation, right? So getting a USB, yeah, you guys understand. So, all right. If you guys have any other ideas for things, you know, I don't have infinite money. I don't even have really a lot of money. I just like to prioritize things that I know would make interesting content. Whether that ever happens, I don't know. I have you know, I just collect things to collect things. So, Daphne's, looks like you're drinking out of a big mason jar. Yeah, my jug of no. I was a Boy Scout, you know, and back in the time that, you know, early to mid 2000s, Nalgene was a big popular brand. It still is, I suppose, but I've never got, you know, it's just out of habit drinking out of Nalgene. It does kind of look like a mason jar, yeah. This is moonshine. That's funny. Okay. RAFnet has the best latency out of any adapters. First RAFnet adapter I got didn't have a plastic shell. It was shrink wrap PCB. Oh man. Okay. Well, some of you guys might be older, or, you know, have things from old, you know, older than I do, but I try to keep everything that I collect. So, which is really funny because nowadays these things, I mean, I think those RAFnet adapters were inexpensive, or kind of expensive. You know, $25 was expensive to me, but I bought this Xbox one for like under $10. You can get one now. I don't know what the latency is, but well, it's under, you know, with a wired controller, it's under 5 milliseconds. So this doesn't, I don't think this adds that much latency, if any. You know, we're talking average 5 milliseconds and then one millisecond standard deviation. So yeah, not bad. I need to get a GameCube one so that I can do GameCube controllers too. Because that is another thing that I would like to do, is get a Retro Fighters. Actually, I have the Retro Fighters, whatever the Pro one is coming out. So maybe I'll do another video about GameCube wireless solutions. Because still, you know, my goal, I've been talking 30 minutes and haven't even gotten to the thing yet. I'm sorry. But, you know, this is stuff that's on my mind. I think it's relevant to you guys. You know, the goal is still, in my opinion, I'm still waiting for somebody to make, you know, and I know Microsoft legal issues aside, I'm still waiting for somebody to make a Type S or even the Duke, an actual, like a replacement PCB that makes it a Bluetooth controller. I don't understand why that's so hard to make a drop-in replacement PCB, 8-bit DOS style, that makes the OEM Xbox controller wireless. That's what I'm waiting for. It doesn't even need to have memory card support. I mean, that would be bonus. Like none of the current ones have that. So yeah, you have 3 to 4 of those large Nalgenes. Yeah, they are pretty much indestructible. And not only that, they make the replacement caps. Here I have a blue one too, or a black, or like a smoke one. So yeah, I like Nalgene. My son has little tiny Nalgenes too. So okay, let's dive into this. I wish I had a retro convention near me. So many this and that's. I'm surprised that you don't with how many there are out there. Yeah, it's expensive buying stuff nowadays. So we're gonna switch to this. We can still BS about things, but we need to take. Oh God, it's my over a camera froze. LOL. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it's expensive out there. It really is. There's people try to get the best price. They paid the money to go to a convention. They bring all their wares, and they tried to. I don't know. I'm not saying they swindle people, but sometimes it's above eBay prices, especially for things that are like. Well, I don't know. You can't really put eBay price on complete in box stuff, like games. But I don't go near any of that stuff. I don't really. Game collecting is not really my thing. Not to say that I love, piracy, but it doesn't make sense to me. Okay, I'm gonna take this apart because we've got to. One thing that's interesting to note is be careful how you take or put your GameCube back together, because apparently I put this together and I put it together in a way where I can't open the door for whatever reason. That's funny. Okay. Step 1 is get this open. Might be able to turn up the ISO a little bit. Okay. For hiking, you can get a water filter that screws right into the top of it. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. That's a kind of a cool thing. Build a fob with USB-C breakout instead of the GC port. Yeah, that's an option, Nick. I know that there is, I do like, I don't, it's not that I don't have anything against, oh, no, let me back up. It's not that I have something against OEM wired controllers. I really don't. It's just that I'm spoiled with all the new stuff, right? And Blue Retro, especially as a project, it kind of spoiled me, knowing that, it just takes a nice integrated Blue Retro adapter and whatever controller that you want to have a good wireless gaming experience on whatever controller or whatever console. So now it's about getting a controller that matches the original design. That's, in my opinion, that's what it's about. So sets up booth and sells repros for more money than authentic car. Yeah, maybe. I don't. I've got nothing against repros too. Like if somebody wants to sell repros for cheaper than the original, the real carts, as long as they're forward about it, right? As long as they let you know these are repros. Yeah. I don't even care if they're high quality. I don't even care that if they charge a bit of money, like if they charge $60-70 or something for a cart. If it's a real cart that's going to last a long time, then I have no problem with that. Yeah. Okay, so it's possible that I don't know how am I supposed to put this back together that would allow the top to go back on to open. Right? What? Is there something I'm missing? Did I install this? Because I took this apart. It's possible that I installed this part wrong. Does anybody have a good picture of this part? You love game collecting. It's like art. Yeah, Tim. I as someone who never really bought new games that when I was a kid, I really do see the appeal of actually owning a cart and like growing a small collection a little bit at a time. I just don't really have any nostalgia for not nostalgia. That's the wrong word. I just don't have. I don't know. I don't have the feeling that some people get for having the physical carts, especially not with an EverDrive that pretty much does the same thing. Assembled with the top open. Okay, maybe that's what I did wrong. So if it's like this, I'm just doing a test fit. So if I do this, okay, great. That's what I did wrong then last time. Okay, well, crisis averted. Okay, we don't really need to do anything else beside this, or do we? Oh, I need to get the shell back. Okay, so what the hell am I doing? I had a live stream where I installed the FlippyDrive. So if you haven't seen the live stream where I installed FlippyDrive for the first time, and you're curious about that, you can go watch the VOD about that. Long story short, I suppose, this is I'll call it the third option, even though I know that there are other older options, you know, Cube Boot, and there's older mod chips that were available. As far as modern, like now, available, well, actually it's not available yet, but will be available soon. As far as like modern available options, right, there's kind of three. There's the GC loader, which I don't think is available all the time. I'm not sure the last time it was sold either, which is from Dan Kuhns, aka Citrus 3000 PSI, under his other company, Black Dog Tech. It is, I have one over here. I guess I'll show it. This is also gonna, well, maybe I'll do another video. Okay, I have one here. So this is, I'll just do a mini refresher, I suppose. So this is an SD extension for the GC loader. And you can't really see the actual board itself, but the thing that you can see or not see is it basically, GC loader, if you install the GC loader, you can't have a disk drive because the GC loader plugs into the disk drive port, and Dan never really made accommodations to have it also be able to have people keep the disk drive. Okay, so that's kind of the first sort of modern option. The second modern option, oh god, things just flew everywhere. Oh, also another thing I want to get from Retro World is the matching Indigo Game Boy player, because I want to have this complete purple GameCube. So I don't know. I don't have a lot of money to spend, but yeah. The second option is Pico Boot. Okay. So obviously you can't see anything because this is not where the SD card extension goes. Most people, well, I won't say most. There's two options for how to get SD cards into Pico loader modded systems, or Pico Boot modded systems. Sorry. First is the SP2. Which, if you get a right angle one, can come out the side of the console. So there is an SD card here, or SD card kind of adapter thing that plugs into the SP2 port. There's another option that is called the SD Gecko, which plugs into the memory card slot. So that's the second option, I suppose, is the Pico Boot for an ODE. Oh, also notice that the Pico Boot lets you keep your disk drive. And now this one, oh, so now the FlippyDrive is kind of similar to Pico Boot in the sense that it also lets you keep your disk drive, right? So if you wanted to play disk games, you still can. Now that's really where the differences end, because the way that they operate is kind of different, like fundamentally different. And well, Extrems might not say fundamentally different, but they are different. So the FlippyDrive is a more true ODE in the sense that it actually emulates the disk drive, versus the Pico Boot is something called an IPL replacement, which is a mod that lets you, it's kind of like, even though it is a hard mod, it lets you boot into some software called Swiss, and then you can load games from there. However, the difference between you can also load Swiss from the FlippyDrive, but you don't have to. You can either use it natively or through a different loader called Cube Boot. But the difference between loading through software on the FlippyDrive and loading through software on the Pico Boot, I found out in my Discord, is Pico Boot uses the GameCube itself to do the emulation of the drive, versus the FlippyDrive itself has custom software, and I guess hardware to a certain extent. It's connecting to the interface a specific way to allow the software that's running on the Flippy drive to emulate the hard drive itself. So this is more similar to the GC loader than it is the Picoboot, even if they all act the same, sort of. Now, I kind of talked with Dan. Oh, so another one of the major differences between the Flippy drive and the Picoboot, other than how it functions, is that the Flippy drive is no solder, right? So if you watch the VOD, you know that there's this flex cable that connects to basically in between where the disk drive and the GameCube itself connects. So this flex cable is kind of sandwiched between the GameCube, the disk drive, and the GameCube. That allows you to like select between them, and it kind of like interrupts that signal, sort of. There are new releases for people. Yeah, there's new releases for all of these, and we're gonna install the latest version for this. So basically, it's sort of interesting. Yeah, I think that's really it. We're gonna talk about firmware. We'll get into the firmware too, but let's install this extension because that's going to help us a little bit. So I hope if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments if you are in the comments right now and asking. If not, you can ask in the VOD or whatever. I'm going to let's add this extension, I suppose. So what we have to do first is take out the SD card here. Let me get my tweezers. Yeah, Flippy just runs the real games as though they were loading from a real disk, but at 12 megabits instead of 2.5 megabits. So yeah, somebody mentioned in the drama thread on my Discord, someone asked Extrems what they thought of Flippy Drive. And he said it seemed overcomplicated for what it did. Now, in his world, right, you could accomplish essentially the same thing using just an IPL replacement, right? So you can use Kunai GC, which is an IPL mod. You can use IPL replacement mod. You can use Pico Loader or Pico Boot, which is $5 worth of materials and some wire. It does the same thing. Now, up until recently, which is the development of this guy, which I'm also gonna test sometime, the SD2 SB2 Pro, the Pro is just the 90-degree part. The SD2 SB2 2.0 is there's some kind of IC or some kind of a component here, discrete component, that allows the SD to SB2 to operate at a faster transfer speed through the SB2 bus. So, and some Swiss updates. Obviously, there were some Swiss updates. So, the limitation for any of these methods so far has been the latency of the bus that you're connected to. And the SB2 bus, I think, is slower. The interface is slower than the disk drive bus, which the Flippy drive and the GC loader both use, right? But I'm not sure how much of a difference it makes when you use the 2.0 SD to SB2, right? So this might be the ultimate leveler as far as compatibility is concerned, but that's for another day. I still think that there's a clear winner a clear win here, not a winner of the three of them, because obviously Pico Boot is cheaper if you want to look at it that way. But Flippy Drive is no solder. So that's kind of a big win for a lot of people because they don't have to solder anything. So, all right, I'm gonna stop talking again. Let's get this thing. So this is available. This is an SD extension. My biggest gripe about the Flippy Drive, and not really gripe because it was, we knew that it was a fix was going to be coming in the future, is that the SD card that if you want to put games on it or whatever software, is fixed onto the Flippy Drive mod itself, which if you have the case on, you can't access it with the case on. So I guess obviously you could leave the screws out of the top shell and you could just take the top shell off every time you wanted to access it, or you can buy one of these when it comes out, when the Flippy Drive comes out. Well, actually, this is available now. I've heard people call it an OR gate. Interesting. You don't know what that means? Yeah, I don't know either. Swiss patches games to convince them to not use the disk. Right. So yes, Trevor. So that's a good. It patches them to interface basically with the software that Swiss, or basically with Swiss, and Swiss can use the GameCube's hardware itself to act as that drive emulation. So that's what I think is really fascinating about GameCube modding, is because technically it's all optical drive emulation, I suppose. It's just a different layer, a different level of emulation, and how you're emulating it. You can either use the software of the FlippyDrive on the RP2040 chip, or in the sense of the Pico, you're using the actual GameCube to do that. And so XREM's had to work really hard to fantastically optimize the code and maybe even like compress certain things to get it to work with just the raw GameCube and the IPL, which is really fascinating to me. So, all right, so step one to get this plugged in is just shove it in, I guess. I think it goes this way. Oh, yeah, so FlippyDrive is not for sale yet. It will be soon-ish, I think. I don't have a definitive date or anything. Sorry, my voice is like dying. I don't have more details about the date, but it's probably soon. Within the year, I would guesstimate. But I think this is probably one of the must-have accessories for FlippyDrive, and you can actually get it now. And I guess I'll plug this too. I do have an affiliate link with LaserBear, so if you want to pre-buy the SD extension for your future FlippyDrive purchase, you could do that with the link in the description. But it's not just an affiliate link; it actually gives you a 5% discount with LaserBear on your entire purchase. So not just 5% off of this thing, but you can get 5% off of anything else you put in the cart also. So yeah, that's just a thing. It is an affiliate link, so I do get a commission from that, but it doesn't cost you extra. It actually costs you less if you do that. So yeah, something to consider. You can buy these now. I think they're $25 or so. But the interesting thing is, this is not just a flex cable. This is like a custom, like, hybrid flex thing. Like, it's got flex cable on one side, but it's also got a little bit of hard on this side. And then this end, so here's where the SD connection is, the SD reader. This side is made out of resin, resin 3D printed. It's just resin 3D printed, yeah. I guess that's all I can really say about that. And it's meant to look like the plastic here, the clear plastic there. So we'll have to see how that looks when it's all said and done in there. But that was the point of this, was to not have, I won't call it ugly, because we've actually LaserBear designed this. LaserBear designed the GC loader mount. So I really can't call it ugly because it was another another LaserBear product. But we've come a long way. Oh God, I just ripped something out. We've come a long way from the, like I said, the first modern ODE, which was the GC loader. So this honker gets rid of your CD drive or disk drive. So we've come a long way from this to this, and now, you know, I think that, you know, Dan's probably not listening, but if Dan is listening, I'm just reading the chat. Well, FlippyDrive, can you write Swiss config? Okay, they're talking about Swiss config. Okay. It almost pains me to say that I think that Dan, I mean, obviously people that have GC loaders and are happy with them, Dan needs to develop a new version of the GC loader that lets you keep your disk drive. I mean, if he hopes to keep selling them, I'm just being honest. I try to be civil and friends with Dan. I really don't, you know, I don't have any drama, and I don't, you know, I know there's drama associated with Dan himself, right? But just keeping it real as far as like continuing of selling mods and things. First of all, GC Loader is a pretty expensive mod. You know, when they were new, I think they were like what, $80 something or something. You know, not judging now because it's been a while since they've been available. It is plug and play, so no solder, the GC loader. But now with FlippyDrive, well, okay, if we think, well, actually the GC loader SD reader or XD extensions cost extra money too. I just don't see how this is relevant anymore when you can't use the disk drive. So I think that Dan would have to design a version of the GC loader. Yeah, I agree, Alteratius, that the GC loader is solderless, which makes it nice. Well, I don't know. I mean, we see the way forward with the flex cable of the FlippyDrive. You know, I don't necessarily know if, you know. I don't know how Trevor and Team Off Broadway kind of feel about it, but like once a method like pogo pins, once a method of modding something kind of exists in nature, I don't really deem it as cloning to take the idea and use it yourself. Assuming that he's not gonna, like, Dan's not gonna just literally take the layout, like copy exactly the FlippyDrive flex cable, right? I don't think Dan would do that because he's a capable designer, right? He would be able to do that, right? Like figure out a way to, maybe not like in the actual slot like the FlippyDrive does, but maybe like soldered to the outside or something. I don't know. But anyways, I just feel like that product needs to be updated because I don't see how else he could sell them. I mean, obviously Dan has a lot of other things on his plate, so like I'm not saying like an ultimatum or anything. But yeah. If eventually Dan wants to sell the GC loader again, I think that he would have to spruce it up a bit. I think this is the way that it goes. Maybe not. I can't remember which way I took it out. Was it the pins facing forward? Or was it the other way? Did I have it in the right way the whole time? Actually, let me see. Or is the SD card itself? The little bumpy was out. So if the little bumpy was facing out, then that means that the pins are facing inward. Okay, that's fine. So like this. Ooh, which makes sense because the LaserBear logo is right side up when it's in here. Okay. I guess the right thing to do would be to take this thing out, so I'm not like mangling it. Wait, you need to see the gold pins this way, you mean? You could solder the reverse side of the motherboard like some Wii mods did in the first. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of ways to do it. I think that the you know, the part of the advantage of GC loader, I think I did it right. Okay, let me unscrew it and I'll do that. Part of the advantage of GC loader is the same advantage of FlippyDrive, right? Is you don't need anything to solder, or you don't need to solder anything. That's what I'm trying to say. Jeez. So that's sort of the niche that GC loader was in, compared to something like Pico boot. Now, it gets interesting when you talk about the software interface, right? So GC loader makes use of, GC loader uses Swiss as its menu, drive menu. It was first released with an underside solder mod. Yeah, I think you're right. Then they upgraded the plug-and-play version. Yep. Okay, so let's see. Got the thing out of here. Okay, I think that's it. I know, like, once this is one of those push style, so like you push it in to lock it, but you can also push it in to take it out, right? So, but you can still. Okay, I think that's fine. So let's just screw that back up. I think you could still like yank it out. Oh, Greg made a. I don't know if it was a mistake, but his LaserBear logo should be right setup. Yeah, so the GC loader makes use of Swiss to choose the games. You don't have to do it that way. You can actually, I think if you use a GC loader and you name it like boot.dol or something, a game, like an actual game ISO, it will boot that instead of Swiss. But you could boot into Swiss to be able to choose games on the GC loader. Same with the Pico boot. You basically do the same thing. I bought 6 GameCubes in used condition, broken cases, missing bottom covers, and so on, with the intention of installing FlippyDrive and new aftermarket cases. Yeah, that's interesting. It's a good way to revive stuff. Now, the FlippyDrive, you have a choice of how you load games, right? So you can either use. I'm going to unscrew. This is going to go here. You can either use Cube boot. I guess you can choose to use nothing, right? So you can, in the same way that with GC loader, you can name a file a certain name and it boots right away. I think boots to that ISO file or DOL file, whatever. Or you can choose to use Cube boot, which is, I think it's more. It has the capability of patching, as far as I know, but it doesn't need to patch anything to load games. So it's a little bit different than Swiss. And as far as I know, is that the same with GC loader? Does GC loader not, like, even though it uses Swiss, it doesn't need to patch anything necessarily, because GC loader is a an ODE. Okay, so it's supposed to be upside down. The logo is supposed to be upside down. Okay. Okay, so now let me just figure out the positioning. I think that's pretty much it. And then when you put it in there, okay, so there's enough room for it to just go in there. All right, let's just screw this in. Trying to line the thing up. I'm not trying to over tighten these screws because this is 3D printed. I don't really want to break it. Okay, so we just kind of shove everything in. There's the slot. Excuse me. All right. Before I put the screws on, okay, it needs to go in like that. The lid up. Before I screw it down though, how difficult is it to get the SD card in and out? Oh, I think that you probably need to do it with the lid open. Yes, that's true. Oh wow, it's flush mount. So this is not a. Sorry, I can't really tilt the case that much, but here's what it looks like from this side. It is not a push-push style, so it just sits in it, and it is pretty much perfectly flush with the top. And I think I would recommend to always install it. I mean, you can't take it out. You would not be able to take it out without tweezers or something with the case open. So you'd have to open the case, and then it's pretty easy to take out and put back in. Man, that's slick. Dang. And keep in mind, the LED for this is in the controller board in the front. So, all right, let's. This is working. Let's flip it. Put it behind the FlippyDrive. You mean the ribbon cable? Did I put the ribbon cable in there somehow incorrectly? Oh, I see. You routed it behind it. Well, you know, I don't want to like. I don't really want to. I want to leave a lot of room in case I need to take the. I mean, obviously, I'm going to take the case off. I think I just want to leave it like it is. Oh, except for not like that. Leave it where the, you know, it's not going to interfere with the disk drive, obviously. Let me just see. That's an interesting idea. Sorry, you guys can't really see this, but I'm struggling to find the right way to place the cable so that it doesn't interfere. Okay. I think that's okay. Oh no, that's not okay. You're gonna have to work on how to put the ribbon cable in there so that it doesn't interfere with the case. I think that that's fine. Let me just, I'm like looking in there to see. I wonder if there's a warning that the resin print is lacking a lip to the bottom, so if you drop your SD card, it'll fall in between the body. Yeah, I almost did that actually. Yeah, now I'm starting to wonder how this is supposed to be done right. You don't like the design of it, Red Panda? Yeah, I mean, I could see people who... I mean, I don't know. Red Panda, do you think that the SD to SP2... let me just find this one. This one? Do you think this looks janky with the side-mounted... I mean, obviously this is not a very good representation of that, but this side slot here looks janky. I think it doesn't look any less... well, I don't know. I could see your point about it being, you know, not injection molded. I'm trying to figure out how this is supposed to go so that it doesn't like... I don't know, maybe I'm not putting enough... There is like a... Maybe I'm overthinking it. All right, that's fine. I'm probably overthinking it. You don't like the resin replacement with the SD card in there? It looks bad. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, there's enough length on the SD card too that I could see someone who wanting to make like a spot that did come out of the SP2 spot, which is on the other side actually. Actually, I don't know. It's all the way on the other side of the GameCube, but maybe on one of these sides here, make it come out here somehow. I don't know. That's for the Game Boy player, I think, right? This back one. All right, let's get some screws in here and boot this up, and we're gonna have to install the latest firmware. You prefer it was hidden to keep the stock look? Yes. What the heck? There we go. I mean, at the same time, though, Red Panda, it is, you It is very minimal. You can't really tell. We'll have to see when it's all together. You have the reversion 1 SD extension in my GameCube. I just tried to slide it through and was unable to. There must have been production tolerances that might let it slip through. Maybe it was the design of the 3D printed part that didn't have a gap for the thing. Well, if I have I think I have faith with in Greg that if you ever had a problem with yours, or I think that you could work with Greg and you could find out. I mean, I don't know, man. I think I guess my one gripe would be I wish it was injection molded, or but because it definitely looks 3D printed. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it looks in my opinion, I think this looks better than. I have Jeff Chen's little slot cover thing on my ST2 SP2. I think this. Oops, shit's in the way. I think this looks better than that. No offense to Jeff. Yeah, but yeah, it's really an aesthetic thing. So, okay. Some people are breaking it during installation. Jeez. Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. All right, I need some cables. I need what? I need a Nintendo. I don't have an HDMI mod yet in this system. I'm hoping eventually that there'll be a retro gem for the GameCube, or I do have a GC Dual. I have a second GC Dual. I have a GC Dual in my GC Loader system, but I have another one that I bought once upon a time and I never used. So I could either do that, which kind of doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I have it, so I don't really know what to do with it other than sell it or whatever. But I also would like to do a Pluto, because that's the other. I mean, yes, I know that they're all basically any GameCube AVE mod right now, or AV mod, is all going to be based off of GC video. I get that. So the options really are limited for no difference in results. None of those options are going to give you anything. It's just really, it would really be just for my personal collection, I guess, and to show other people how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to be using a Reflex Volt adapter. So I've got this from Mr. Add-on. So I've been kind of long-term. This is part of my ongoing, testing. So I'm going to plug in the Reflex Volt USB adapter here, and the other end is just a GameCube. This is identical to the plug. I mean, is identical to a GameCube style plug. My cat's freaking out. My cat's like, "What the hell?" She's in a cardboard box on the side of my desk. Okay, so let's plug this in. Citrus showed a gem inside a GameCube. Do they still sell the 101 digital AV kit? Is that the kit that lets you turn the one that doesn't have a digital port into one that has a digital port? I don't know. They've been shared install pics of a gem and a GameCube and a Wii, but no news yet. Yep. I haven't had any issues. Roman says, I haven't had any issues with it so far. Greg sent me the V2, no charge. I haven't installed it yet, as I haven't had a need to do it yet. If it was resin printed, I think Jeff's would look better. Yeah, I mean, if it was just straight up injection molded, I think it would be even better. Oh, the cat wants to get out now. Bye, cat. See you later. All right, so we have everything. I need a controller. I'm just gonna get a wired controller somewhere. Where do I have a wired controller? I do have a Wavebird, but got a wired controller right here. And actually, this is a fancy Smash Ultimate one, but they're all pretty much the same. Well, this has T3 stick boxes and things, so it's supposedly the better know, better stick boxes. I don't, whatever, for fighting games and stuff. Also, still waiting on hope that Nintendo makes a GameCube Nintendo Switch Online controller, Bluetooth controller. That would be sick. GC Video is open source. Yeah, the chip it uses, Spartan 3, went out of production this year. The, for what? What are you guys talking about? The 101 digital AV kit? That's the thing that turns, is that the thing that turns the digital into, or a GameCube that doesn't have a digital port into one that has a digital port? If the disk drive is available, why should all act as a chip to play burnt CDs? Oh, I think you might have meant they should all act as a chip to play burnt CDs. Yeah, I mean, I think that you probably could with Swiss, right? Or do you still need an action replay? I thought the only function really for an action replay would be to boot into Swiss, and then from Swiss, I'm pretty sure that it could just load burnt CDs. Or is that what you need? Oh, okay, maybe not. Maybe you do need a, what is that called? Xeno GC? That thing is like $3 though. So yes, I do agree that you should be able, there should be a way to do it through software without needing a GC, no, Xeno GC, but yeah. Pluto, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, that's also GC video, so. Oh, you're talking about the Pluto? I don't know. I'll have to see if I can get a Pluto because I would like to have one of those in my collection. And I have 3 GameCubes, so. Although I don't think Pluto gives you the ability to. Okay, so it doesn't give you the ability to. It doesn't give you RGB output like the GC Dual does it? I'm gonna type in. Where are the latest files now for FlippyDrive? Just FlippyDrive on the Team Off Broadway site. So now I'm looking to update the firmware. So I need to locate the docs. Here's the docs. And also, where's the latest firmware? Okay, latest software. Yep. So here's the latest. If I'm still running 0.2, I don't know what version I'm running. Should I boot it and see what version I'm running? Let's see. All right, so let's go to my one of my capture cards. I think is dead or needs some kind of a fix because it don't worky. It like permanently outputs 4x3. Yeah. So I need to find. Need to find where that cord is and plug it into my other the one that my Morph is plugged into right now, which really sucks because those graphics cards or those capture cards are not inexpensive. So if anybody's got $200 they want to give me, so I can buy another one of those. Just kidding. Okay, unplug the Morph, plug in the RetroTink. Okay. Hold X while booting to see the version. Okay, cool. GC Dual wasn't available during COVID. Nope, only HDMI. Oh, I see. Yeah, they got rid of the dual part of the GC Dual. I think the memory card one is the way to go. Yeah, the Mem Card Pro. This lets you boot discs. Burning CDs isn't worth it. Finding good quality discs of the same size. Well, that's why, unfortunately, I don't know if you can still buy them, but Gamebox, Rip Postman, but they had developed a replacement top shell for your GameCube that actually let you boot or insert full-size DVDs. So that would be a kind of cool thing to have. But I don't know if those files are available anywhere. I'm sure there's an open source version somewhere, but yeah. Okay, so let's switch to the this. Is my RetroTink off? Where's my RetroTink? Get rid of me. Goodbye, me. Okay, so we don't want HDMI. You know what? I have to restart. Well, actually, let's just for ha-has. Let's not restart. Okay, so go to the menu, input. I'm predicting that this is not going to work. Okay, so I plugged it into the front composite. Let's let it rip. Oh, I gotta hold X. Oh, hey, it worked. Oh no, erasing. What's it erasing? Oh fuck. 0 to 10. Well, I don't know what it's erasing. Maybe I had an old firmware on it. Okay, so I have to read this special note. Press start. Oh god, I don't know what I actually did. Here, I'm gonna reboot. Let's reboot. Holding X. Hey, it actually worked without me having to restart. Oh, it's supposed to do this. Okay. Just forces an update with the firmware that's already probably on my SD. Got it. Okay. I still haven't updated my tank. Obi-Wan, go away. I'm just kidding. I know. It's such a pain in the ass to keep everything up to date. I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. I'm really not going to do it. Okay. Good. So I have 210, so I have to read this little special note. About where is that note? Where was that note? If you're still running 0.2.x, read this. Okay. 0.3.0 beta. After performing the update, the bootloader will fail to boot the main application. Simply reboot the cube and the new version should take effect. If you still experience boot issues like a black screen, rerun the update a second time by holding X and selecting Update Reinstall Firmware. This breaking change is because we have fundamentally altered the communication between the Cube and FlippyDrive to better accommodate Swiss and other homebrew, and the previous version of bootloader does not understand the new communication format. Updates include beta Swiss support. Do not report FlippyDrive's issues on the Swiss repo. Okay. Swiss builds and is distributed with this update. Oh, okay. So the version of Swiss that's compatible with this, with the FlippyDrive, will be in the firmware. Transparent Swiss handoff via Cube boot in development for upcoming 0.3.1. Finished adding Ethernet support for future add-on. That's cool. Added menu for bootloader, allowing selection of any in-flash DOL. Consent to updates, bypass mode. Okay, well, let's go find the latest beta release. Oh, this is it, right? This 1.0. Oh, I see. There's a few 3s, so I haven't updated since here. Which was when? I don't know. June 5th. So I have a bunch of updates I have to go through. So let's go to one right away to 1, right? So let's download. All right, let's first go to FlippyDrive releases. This guy. Download this. So we need. Why are all these scary? Flippy server. Oh, so this is how you can get the. This is how you can deliver the games to it, I guess. I don't think this is Flippy GUI. What's Flippy GUI? Okay, clearly I forgot how to friggin' update this thing. So let's find the instructions on how to update. Software updates. Okay. Install from the microSD. In order to install software updates, you must download the update.pkg from the latest FlippyDrive assets in the GitHub. Okay, so I'm going to take out the microSD card, plug it into my handy dandy thing, download the update. That's funny. All right, plug this bad boy in. Let's download the update. I just need the update.fpkg, or should I just download all of them? Where's the update thing? I just need the update fpkg. Okay, great. Okay, so let's find. Where is the right thing? This? Is this the right one? I think that was it. USB drive F. Sure. Okay, so we need to... No, not this freaking folder. What the hell? Okay, so my downloads, I gotta take the update FPKG, just slap it in the root, and then delete that. Okay, so now we got update FPKG. Now if I go take this bad Larry and I put it in here, okay, and then we send it, and I'm holding X, right? Preparing SD card for updates. Ooh. Oops, not me. Wow, look at that. That looks sick. Not gonna lie. I think it looks really cool. I mean, compared to all the other SD mount spot things that we've had so far. First use of the new adapter, here we go. Have you, Trevor, have you guys looked at the new Pi Pico? The, what is it, RP23? I know that the name doesn't roll off the tongue anymore. What is it called? RP2030 50? 2350? Yeah, the RP2350. That's what the new Pi Pico will be based off of. I wonder if there's any use, anything. I wonder who comes up with the first thing that's going to make utilization of that. Update complete. Push start. Burn. So now it's supposed to derp around, right, or something? Waiting for boot. Okay, may not fail. That's supposed to happen, right? So now I reset. Or do I just need to turn it off and on again? We are barely using the RP2040, so the 2350 is a bit overkill. Yeah, I bet. Hey, okay, so we're booting. Chris wants to make a GC video replacement with it. Dang, with just the 2350? Sheesh, that's crazy. Okay, cool. So that's it, right? We're into the. Is this the updated version of Cube Boot? Or wait, hold on a minute. Is Cube Boot? Okay, maybe I didn't install. What else do I need? Do I need the Flippy GUI? Or is that something else? I guess I'm not understanding. This is called Cube Boot, but how did it get here? Is it part of the update FPKG package? I suppose. This is updated. It's included. Okay, so if I would have to put Swiss on here to boot Swiss, or is there like a shortcut? The GUI is for Wi-Fi loading. Okay, so that's not ready yet, I think you said, or at least there's not a beta version of it ready yet. Let's see. Is there a? How do we? Okay. Swiss is on it. Hold X. Okay, so let's turn this off. Let's hold X at boot. Hey, look at that. Wi-Fi is ready and working. Okay, interesting. Okay, interesting. Let's see. It's all in the update I just got. Ah! So cool. Okay, boot onboard DOL. Boot disk drive bypass. So that's if you wanted to boot off of a disk. But you could also do that in the game. Oh, so Cube Boot is that whole that whole thing that looks like the GameCube BIOS, if I'm correct, right? So you could load a disk from there. But this is like before Cube boot. This menu here. So let's see, boot onboard DOL. Oh, hey, look at that, it's here. Okay, so I don't know what backup means. Oh, you could back up a disk, right? If I'm guessing, right? Dang. Okay, let's see. So backup. Oh man, wait. Do I have a disk? Let's try to back up a disk. Let me see my collection. I don't have many GameCube games, but I have a couple, I think. Might even have one that's not on that list there. Ugh, I just ran over something. Hold on. Hold that thought. Oh, I might have Pikmin. I think I already have Pikmin. Ugh, I'm in my closet. Sorry. This is weird. Oh, I have a bunch, actually. Time Splitters, Lost Kingdom, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, Star Fox Adventures. Did I have that game in the list? What do you guys want to see? Here, I'll just say everything out loud, and then you guys can vote or whatever. Star Fox Adventures, Metroid Prime, Tales of Symphonia, SSX Tricky, which I already have the ISO of, Wind Waker, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Lost Kingdoms, Time Splitters 2, Mario Kart, Soul Calibur 2, Time Splitters 2, Star Wars, Rogue Leader, Super Mario Sunshine, Mario Party 4, Eternal Darkness, Luigi's Mansion, Pikmin, Resident Evil, or 007 Agent Under Fire. I'm coming out of my closet. It's not a euphemism. Metroid. Okay, Metroid Prime. Okay, fine. Metroid Prime. I think I already have that game on my list of games, but that's right. Metroid Prime. I just said that, right? Am I on drugs? Did I say Metroid Prime? Oh, I did. It's got weird block lettering. Okay. It's a me. Okay, so this is my original copy of Metroid Prime from when I was a kid. Itty bitty disc. 10 of these snowboarding, yeah. Press A to start. Nice, this is cool how you can just rip discs. That's so cool. Disc ready. Press X to dump in full fallback mode. Okay, there's no fast mode is disabled. Okay, well we only have one option. How slow is it? Holy shit! Okay, well, 68 minutes, 159 minutes. Sheesh, I guess we won't have time to... Oh, it's going faster now. Is this going to explode if I stop it? Well, it'll take you an awful long time. Which is still cool that you could do it. Neat. I don't know if I'm going to break something to stop by stopping this, but... Is there an emergency yeet button? Oh, I'm sorry, Trevor. I'm going to restart it. I'm breaking your firmware. Oh, I forgot to hold X. We're going to still be able to get into the firmware? Nope. Okay, let's see what else is in that. There's some option somewhere to configure the Wi-Fi. Okay. Boot onboard DOL. Boot to disk. Got it. 30 minutes is fine. Speedy, too bad. Fast mode is disabled. Yeah, it's probably there's some setting somewhere, right, for Wi-Fi? Is it in Cube boot? One thing else I noticed that this was I having problems with Japanese menus because this is a Japanese GameCube. Don't really know. Don't remember. How do I get out of here? Oh, here we go. The Wi-Fi config is a TXT file on your SD card. Oh, okay. So it's kind of a little bit of an involved process to get it working. Let's just see. Okay, let's see if we can get some Wi-Fi loading. So without going into too many details, let's just say that I have a folder that I keep all of my legally obtained ISOs. Let me find it. Excuse me. Okay. They're on the website. Is Game Boy interface confirmed to work with FlippyDrive? Will you need to boot off Swiss first? That is a good question. I don't know. Okay, so let's see if we can figure out Wi-Fi loading. So let's download that thing. That do you need the server or the GUI? Let's see. Let's download both, right? So let's do I need the Windows one and the Windows one of the server. Okay. So I'm just gonna fast mode's in the works. Game Boy interface works through QBoot. Okay, so if you had the Game Boy interface DOL on with your other things, then you could just boot right from the QBoot menu, which is cool. Okay, so I need the GUI, so let's go back to desktop. No, downloads. Let's extract the GUI. What's the server for? Okay, interesting. So I've got to choose a path. I'm gonna choose it over here. So you guys don't see my super secret path to... Okay, so I have a folder and it has folders inside of folders, so I'm not sure if that's going to explode it. Okay, so the server is starting. That's the IP address that I need to... oh wait, that's the IP and port of this computer. Why is it in the wrong subnet? Unless it's a bug. That's interesting. I'm on a 192.168.4 subnet, and it's saying 254. Don't look at my torrents folder. It's not my torrents folder. That's my legitimate GameCube games that I've acquired. When will the Flippy be available for us normal people? Yeah, that's a question for Trevor. Okay, so that's the server bit. Now I've got to figure out the Wi-Fi bit. So let me turn this off. It sounds like I have to configure a TXT on the SD card to get it to work. Let's find the article. The web, the site. Instructions on the site is what I'm trying to say. Roman. If you know, you know. Okay. All right, FlippyDrive software. Oh, was it booting disks? Maybe that's what it was. Enhanced bypass mode. Is that? I wasn't able to load disks because it's a Japanese console, but now if I hold R, I can boot region free and cube boot video modes. That's cool. Okay, so now I'm looking for the instructions. It's probably on the here it is. This here. Using it, configuration files. Oh, networking. Wi-Fi. Oh, headless server. I wonder who's gonna make a Docker. Who's gonna make a Docker container for the server? Ain't no snitch. This is for science, right? I'm educating people on how to utilize this thing. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, take a look at the configuration file entries. The server and/or desktop app required to use Wi-Fi. Okay, configuration files. Configuration file, create a text file on the root of the SD called config.ini. All right, let's copy all this. J. Edgar Hoover did nothing wrong. Especially when it's Nintendo. Hey, no, I'm not getting there with that. Don't, no arrestorino. Okay, what is this gonna be called? Config.ini. And then let's pull over Notepad++ with, did they ever add dark mode? Well, anyways. Okay, so let's read this. It says cube color. Okay, so you can change the cube boot background color or something. Force Swiss by default. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Oh, booting through Swiss. That's like if you wanted to have other Swiss things. Force progressive scan. Use for waiting for GC video to initialize. Okay. All network features require a server to be set and running in the FlippyDrive app. Sets the network interface as the default disk device active as 1. QBoot can use other network features regardless of setting. Okay, so I think this needs to be 1. Server IP address. That's this. Do I need the port? Probably not, right? All right, so I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna fill out the SSID and my network password over here, and then I'm gonna save it. Actually, I don't know what my SSID is. Does this computer have a Wi-Fi card? I can't even really look it up because my phone is here, is my camera. Hold that thought. Well, I think it is what it is, so I'm putting that in there. Okay. Okay, so the config ini is set. Now let's take this guy out. There is under settings for Notepad++. I think that's the wrong subnet. Check my PC's network settings. Yeah, because I have 192.168.4 as my the subnet that I normally use. Let's see. What is my computer set to? I mean, my IPv4 address here is 192.168.4.178. So I don't know. Is this a bug? The computer doesn't have a VLAN. That's weird. Maybe it's just a Yeah, I don't know. What happens if I close it and start it again? How do I, oh, what is that called? Flippy GUI? Oh, it's in the my downloads. Okay, is it really using dot? Oh, so it's the network, the IP address of this computer. Okay, so I'm not sure why it's showing that, but it's really just the IP address of this computer. Interesting. Okay. Do you need the port at all in that config file? You mother trucker. We get reports that this happens when people have VMware or VirtualBox installed. Interesting. All right, so I'm opening that. I'm going to try to open here, just in case this opens in the wrong tab. Okay, it didn't. Okay, it doesn't need the port. Okay, so this is just the server IP address. Neat. Okay. Let's give it a whirl. There's games inside of folders, so I'm not sure if that's going to blow up the server or not. But so if I just send it, it's going to load a different menu. Woo! Network loading. Dooch, 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 dooch. Network loading. Network loading. While this is loading, I'm going to check my phone to get what the SSID is, because I don't know if I put it in right. Is default, but okay, check server settings. Okay, maybe the Wi-Fi is not right. Oh, yep, the SSID was all wrong. Okay, I gotta change the SSID. My bad. My bad. Oh, mother trucker. Ah. The problem is, I've got too many Internet of Things that, like, if I try to update my router's IP address now, like the IP address range, it would just, I would have to go around and do like everything in my house, change everything in my house. Well, all my thermostats are not my thermostat is one, but that's actually easy to change. My what are they called? Smoke detectors. Oh, it only finds flat ISOs right now. Okay, so let me see. I'll have to do some tweaking here. I'll put a file in there. And a different game that was on there. How about Mario Golf? Was that on there? How about Time Splitters? Oh, that was already on there, I think. That's fine. Let's do Mario Golf. I'm not sure if that was on there already. Well, actually, what do we have? What could I try to like blow this up with? I've got 007, Everything or Nothing, Animal Crossing, Beyond Good or Evil, Burnout 2, Eternal Darkness, Fire Emblem, Freedom Fighters, F-Zero GX, Gladius, Harvest Moon, Magical Melody, Hitman 2, Ikaruga. I don't know how to pronounce that. Incredible Hulk, pretty much anything Legend of Zelda, Lego Star Wars 2, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, and the Two Towers, Mario Golf, Mario Kart Double Dash, Metal Arms, Metal Gear Solid, Twin Snakes, Metroid Prime, Paper Mario. Do Eternal Darkness is an audio streaming game. Okay. This disk image is corrupted, it says. What in the heck? Oh, does it support NKit? I forgot to ask, I suppose. Okay, so we got an NKit formatted game on there. Let's and I have the SD in there. All right, let's send it. NKit works, okay. No! Why you do this? Interesting. I guess I'll triple check the Wi-Fi password. The SSID, maybe I didn't save it. Nope, I saved the SSID. I don't know if they need does it take the spaces out of the password and stuff after let me just use my, I gotta check I think this is correct. Hold on, everyone. How far away from my router? Well, it's right below me. One of them, at least. It's like it's one room below me. Yeah, that's the right password. I'm gonna guess that it probably, my IP address didn't change, did it? No. I wonder if I need to switch to a public network. Let's try that. Oh no, private network. Maybe I need to turn off the firewall. Okay, I turned Windows firewall off for a minute. No hackerino. Well, not spaces in the password. I mean, like after the equal sign in the INI. Okay, let's try that. All right, this is the last try, and then I'm gonna try something else. Just play a different game. Or play a game normal, I guess. See if it works. Okay, here we go. Does my camera still work? Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's go back to there. Okay. All right, last try with this, and then I'll just try to boot something. It's both 2.5 and 5 gigahertz. 2.4, I mean. Okay, well, that's right. All right, do I need to disable network boot, or that is active thing, right? To have it boot back into Cube boot. Okay. There's an underscore in my SSID. I don't know if that makes a difference either. It shouldn't, but yeah, this could be throwing an error that is getting mistaken for I don't know. All right, let's see if we can play a game for a minute here. A few minutes. Put it on the big screen. Oops, turned off my TV instead. Rip. Yeah, that was just the one that was set in the default config.ini. Yeah, that's the default. Ooh, I have to not listen to. Hold on a minute. I need to. Let's turn off the music. I also have to stop. I don't need it. Monitor off. Okay, good. Okay, how about Mario Golf? That's fun. I haven't played that game a lot. Oh, never mind. I do need to do that. Oh, my memory card. Yay. Yes, create a memory card file. Woohoo, we did it. Mario really wants to play Mario Golf. I don't really know how to play this game, so here we go. Oh, you know what? I have to do this too. Sorry, double audio would have been playing just now. Sorry, I fixed it. Holy cow. Okay. I don't really know. Can I see a map? Oh, here we go. Okay, so let's see. The wind is going that way, so let's do one of these. Okay, are we ready? Oh, dang it. There we go, we did it! We're on the fairway. Nice. Ooh, okay, so not... Oh, let's go a little... Let's do... No. Oh, what was that, a driver? Oh, what the heck? Okay, let's try that. Okay, ready? Yeet! Oh man, what happened? Didn't get there. Okay, we gotta chip it on there. Here we go.
Nice shot.
Oh, almost. Oh god.
Nice ball.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mario. Make me feel better. All right, let's really send it this time. Let's see, wind is going 20 yards that way. All right, let's go. Let's try to hit this hill here. See what we can do there. Hopefully it doesn't go to the sand trap. Ooh, wrecked. Right into the sand. Just kidding. Nice. That was legit. Let's see. Holy shit. Look at all the sand around us. Okay, so we have to not... Let's see, 10 yards that way. All right, well, we're going to try it and not get the sand. Here we go.
Nice shot.
Right in the sand. Oh, not bad. All right, we just got to do a little chipper. Oh! Oh! Come on! Oh, that almost flew over. Well, we got par. Not bad. Who's beating us? Diddy's beating us. What? Okay, let's see. Wow, this is a shorty. All right, 17 that way. All right, let's go that. Let's go right there. Oh, not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. Oh, we're just barely on the green.
Nice on. Birdie putt.
Nice on. All right, so this slope is gonna do us that way. So let's go. How about that? Let's try it. Oh, not enough pepper. Don't go over, don't go over, don't go over. Yeah! Dang, is Diddy still beating us?
Yeah.
Oh, Diddy. At least he didn't get another stroke. All right, let's see. Ooh, big oof sand traps that way, but they got big oof trees that way. What do we do? All right, so if I, and then there's, okay, so like a little bit of a wind, it's not bad. So if I do, I mean, I think I just send it. I mean, worst case scenario, I don't think it could possibly go too far. Even if I smash it. Alright, let's smash it. Oh, no. Didn't smash it. The ghost is the wind. Really? Oh, so what am I reading? Why was I reading that underneath thing? Oh, I see. That's how many... What is that arrow, then? Am I just saying random shit this whole time? Okay, so it's just easy mode, no wind. Okay. Alright, fine, send it. Never played this game as a kid, so I don't really know.
Nice on. Birdie putt. Nice birdie.
Nice. Did we tie Diddy? Oh, wow. Mario freaking out right now. Oh, Birdie got another stroke on us. Dang. Kicking our ass. All right, what do we got? Okay, we got a little tree. Then there's, wow, how far away is the hole from here? How do you look around? Is there like a free look? Oh, I don't mean to be, what am I doing here? Oh, I messed with the map. How do I reset? Okay, let's try to go over here. Is there like a big old map? Let's see, controls. View landing point is the X button. Okay, well, not helpful. That should be fine. Alright, let's send it. Oh, I see. Okay. Alright, send it. You're looking at the elevation. Oh, okay. Got it. That makes sense. Oh, I landed right in front of this stupid tree. Alright, well, gotta go. I think we got a pretty straight shot. Are we gonna make it over there? Does it say that we're really gonna hit this tree here? Are we like guaranteed to hit this tree? Well, let's just send it. Send it right into this damn tree. It really just destroys it into the tree? Okay, great.
Nice shot.
That's funny. Well, there goes our chance at par. Oh, why did I do that? Dang it. Okay, we got some hillage to contend with. All right, let's try that. Try a little bit of side action. Let's try that. Oh, we're not gonna make it. We're gonna way over it. Oh! Well, I had a bogey. Well, Diddy is. Wow, he got another stroke. So if this is like easy mode, does that mean I just need to go with whatever it tells me to do and then send it? Send it. Oh, too far.
Nice on. Birdie putt.
Oh gosh, this is hard. Okay, let's see. Slopes that way a little bit. Let's try that. Oh!
Nice birdie.
Yeah! We did it! Got a stroke back. Oh, Diddy lost a stroke. Still trying to catch up.
Nice shot.
Nice on.
Birdie putt.
Okay, we're pretty flat, so let's just send it. Send it. Oh, are you serious? Dang. Man, we had a chance to get a stroke and we blew it. Oh, but so did Diddy. I think. Oh, I accidentally skipped the thing, but I think Diddy lost the stroke too. All right, first stroke is gonna send us there. Yeah, guess it's fine. Maybe over here. It's a little flatter. Here we go. All right, so I gotta smash late this to get it on the green. Nope, didn't make it. Oh, somehow we made it.
Nice on.
Dang.
Birdie putt. Nice birdie.
Woo! Are we tied with Diddy now? Oh, heck yeah! Eat it, Diddy. He lost a stroke again. Okay. That is no bueno. But even there is kind of crappy. I don't know if it's better to go like over here. Yeah, it's probably better to go over here to avoid that tree, huh? All right, let's send it.
Nice shot.
Okay. All right, so we have to also avoid that tree. If I can land on this hill here, maybe I get some like forward rollage down the hill.
Nice shot.
Heck yeah, forward rollage. All right, let's try this. Now let's try this at like 70, like 80%. Oh, is that what it's telling me to land at? 78? Okay, let's try it.
Nice shot.
I think I might have gone way over. Yep. I guess it's alright.
Birdie putt.
This is pretty flat. Maybe a little to the left there. Oh, come on. Oh, that's not enough either. Oh, it is. Whew. Jeepers creepers. All right, so this is gonna go forever. That was fun. Man, this is what it's like to actually play video games. Neat. Okay. Woo! All right, that was fun. So the SD card thing is cool. Still not sure if I was doing something wrong with the Wi-Fi or if it's a bug. But, you know, it would be nice if there was, I don't know, some kind of way to maybe do it through the interface. But, you know, I know obviously it's step one is get it working. So I just mean like from a development perspective. So it'd be cool if Wi-Fi, when Wi-Fi stuff is done, but, you know, with, I don't know. I know it's complicated. I know there's the server part on the computer. Plus, they're working on an Ethernet module that you could do connected to the network that way. So a lot of improvements to come there. I like the extension a lot. I think it's really sleek compared to even the SD to SP2. I think that it's a cool. Oh, you guys aren't hearing any audio, huh? Any music? Yeah, I think it's really neat. Again, if you want to pick up your own LaserBear FlippyDrive mount, I know FlippyDrive is not available for most people, but if you have one already, if you're a tester, or if you're looking to pick up something else from the LaserBear store at the same time, you can get 5% off, and I get a small affiliate commission. You can get 5% off anything that you buy along with the FlippyDrive with the link in my description. So, yeah, I'm excited. I think you guys are gonna be excited when you get them. It's hard to tell. I can't tell really if how excited other people are. You know, I know. Oop, I gotta. I know that there's a lot of different. Oh, there's the other alternatives. You know, I don't know if other people. I don't know what percentage of people have like GC Loader already. Oh, I'm getting some info. I'm gonna shout this out too. There is, I don't know what is Crowd Supply. I'm not familiar with this website, but I'm gonna shout it out because I know it's one of the ways. I think this is gonna be a supplier of FlippyDrive. So I'm going to put this actually also into the video description, which, how do I do that from here? Can I do that from here or no? I'll put it in the chat. Oh, so Trevor said in the chat, FlippyDrive coming this month for early orders and pre-orders shipping before Christmas. Okay, interesting. So I'll put this link in the description. This is the Crowd Supply. If you want to, you can sign up to be notified when FlippyDrive goes on stock. So is this the only way that people are going to be people are going to be able to buy it right now? Is through Crowd Supply. I'm just going to put this in the description through YouTube Studio because I don't know another way to do it. I'm going to put, let's see, sign up for notifications when FlippyDrive is available. Do there. Okay. Okay, so if you refresh the stream, you should be able to see the link, or you can just look at it in the description. All dropping on Crowd Supply only. We have 1,000 units ready to ship now. Then we'll have another batch of 10,000. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of stock of this. So, like I was just trying to say, you know, if you want to sign up for notifications, and apparently this is where you're going to be able to buy it. So if you want to buy one, here's the link. Here's the site to sign up here. I was going to say, you know, I don't know how many people are like new to GameCube modding, I guess, right? I'm not sure how many people already have GC Loader or Pico Boot, but I think there's got to be a lot of people that have gotten interested in GameCube stuff between or after Pico Boot, right? So, and they don't want to solder. So I think this is going to be an interesting mod for a lot of people. It's going to be exciting for a lot of people. So that's pretty much it. We're going to have other we're gonna have other streams kind of talking about it. The firmware is still in this sort of beta state, obviously, but you know, as the new developments. Oh, I guess the one thing that I'm excited for is it this? Yeah, it's actually this. So they're working on an Ethernet module that plugs into the FlippyDrive. I'm guessing that's just an easier way to be able to connect to your network to get the network boot working, other than besides Wi-Fi. I'm not sure if this is going to be a like broadband adapter replacement, but I'm not sure. Is it interfacing through the GameCube through the disk drive? I'm not really sure. But that's a really interesting option. The thing that I'm curious about for the future. So. We didn't even look at Swiss, but that's all right. I like the grayed out hand. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Trevor for coming to the stream, helped me out. Thanks everybody who helped me out. Everybody who pointed me in the right direction for things. It's a little sad that we didn't get the Wi-Fi loading to work, but that's all right. Benner says, yeah, Pico made GC modding real popular. Unfortunately, many people ruined their GameCubes. Yeah, yikes. Due to the fact that that soldering is required. Yeah, so I think that the FlippyDrive is going to be kind of saving grace. Plus, it's pretty affordable, right? Like, didn't it say on the somewhere the FlippyDrive site how much it was going to cost? $38. So you guys are not going to sell it through. You're not going to sell it through this Team Off Broadway site. But anyways, there's sort of a price indication here. So I mean, it's not terrible, and not to say that the GC loader was terrible, but I mean the GC loader was what, like $80. So Obi-Wan up to the tank. Yeah, I will. I should. I don't know how many features there are that would have benefited composite video or anything really, for that matter. But yes, I do need to update my RetroTink. So I also need to figure out what the hell is wrong with my other capture card, my second capture card. Don't really know. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions about anything, any of the GameCube mods or anything, leave them in the VOD if you're watching this in the VOD, or you can leave them in the chat. Yeah, only crowd supplied to begin with, the same price. Okay, interesting. Or you can always tweet me if you have questions about anything. So, all right, thanks everybody. We'll be back. Oh, yes, we'll be back on Wednesday with the rest of the parts to finish. Well, to finish the build at least. We still have to install DOS, but we'll be able to finish the Micro 8088 build. Most of it. Well, at least put it together. Things that are going to be left to do on that are, got to wire up the speaker after the 3 cards, I should say. After the 3 cards are finished. I'm done populating everything, and we have to like flash the firmware and stuff on all those cards. But we'll have to install the speaker, and there's wiring that needs to get wired up to the buttons. Speaking of which, I need to print the buttons, so I got to 3D print the buttons for the case. All that's coming up before Retro World, so I gotta get, and that's like 2 weeks away, or like a week and a half away. No, it's the 25th, 24th. I'll be going on the 24th, so literally a little less than 2 weeks now. So, all right, thanks everybody. Thanks Trevor for stopping by. Thanks everybody for stopping by. We'll be back on Wednesday with more Micro 8088 goodness. So check it out.